Hi, everyone. I hope you are doing well. This is I'm not going to say like my weekly live stream from the shop, because if I don't have anything to show and or say, I'm not going to do it, because I feel like why talk if you don't have anything to say. But I didn't do it last week because I went to a fair. I'm going to talk a little bit about that. And yeah, I've been mostly struggling to get my shit together after an insane period of time with selling records right now. It's been like this last I should say like 2 months has been 110% focus on records, and it's not sustainable in the long run, I think, because I'm only here working with my records like once a week. I have a regular job and family and house and stuff. So but it's been intense. So and it's awesome. So much fun. Let's see here. I'm gonna activate a banner so you know what to do. This is throwing your questions. I want this to be a sort of a conversation, as much as this works as a conversation, so that I'm not just talking all the time, throwing questions or maybe even topics that you want me to discuss. If you have anything that you feel like me talking about, so I'm just going to say hi. Ragged Trousers Vinylist, good morning. Jonas, yeah, hi, good morning. I get straight in with what, if any, seasonal vinyl are you spinning? Good question. I'll save that for a little bit later. And Jonas, hi, Jonas. It's Friday. Woo! 10 o'clock. So welcome. We have 5 viewers. Yeah, the topics that I'm going to discuss for today, I'm reading here, is first of all, I'm going to give you some news on the Brown Acid 19. The exclusive that I'm doing with Riding Easy Records and the 4 Horsemen of the Psychedelic Apocalypse, and also the other stuff from the US. I'm also going to talk to you about some inner sleeves that I'm not all out, but they have like a stock issue, so I'm changing them to another one. But I want to discuss with you about, I have an opportunity to do my own, so I want to talk about that. I'm going to show you some used records that I have that I don't think I've shown, that is for sale. I'm also going to show you some new records, reissues, obviously, and also one completely new jazz record that I'm going to do a review of. I just want to show that also in the live stream. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to talk about today, except for, the usual questions that I hope you guys throw at me. Shit. Awesome. You guys are on fire today. Tobe, hi. Awesome to see you. Yeah, hi Tobe. Tjena. And Jim Larsson, tjena. Hi. So I'm going to go right into it. Yeah, Brown Acid 19. Exclusive, Sublime Media. The Sublime Media exclusive is unfortunately not coming this week. I hope that it was coming this week. It's not. Daniel is still waiting for the last ones to arrive, and then he can ship them. They have had an issue at the pressing plant about the labels, so I don't know what's up with that. But unfortunately, we are waiting for the labels and then pressing, and then so hopefully next week he can send them. The good thing about Daniel sending so much records to me, or to Sweden, to me here in Sweden, is that I get the opportunity, and he's the best. I'm so grateful for the work that he is putting in. I use him as a shipping hub. So from Noble Records, Permanent Records, Ancient Grease, and I'm working on maybe hooking up with others. All of them send to Daniel. Daniel sends one package to me. But the thing is, I want to wait till because we are days from having the Brown Acid getting to Daniel, and I want to get them all to save up on shipping, obviously. But all the US stuff that I have had on pre-order that you guys ordered are unfortunately also hooked up at Daniel's, and I'm gonna get all of them in like several packages coming to me from Daniel. So a little bit delayed there, and that's unfortunate, but I hope to get him. As I said, hopefully he sends them today or early next week, and then I should have them like 1 week after. He sends with UPS, and that's great, very fast. So yeah, that's the news about that. Unfortunately, with throwing all my eggs in one basket when it comes to the shipping, and in this case, Riding Easy and Daniel, if there's a delay, everything is delayed. So hopefully you can sort of live through it. And as one customer said today, I got a text message this morning, and he said that hopefully it will be worth the wait. It looks awesome. I've seen pictures of it. It's going to be a blast, and I'm so grateful that I can do an exclusive with Daniel and the Four Horsemen. So yeah, moving on. Let's talk a little bit about the fair. This is my second fair that I went to sell records since I started my shop or business. The first one was in Husqvarna, the second biggest, I think, in Sweden at least. And it was a total bum. Like it was so not worth it. I had most of the stuff that I had with me was reissues of, the stuff that I like to sell, Psych and Prog and US imports and stuff like that. The guys and a few girls that went there, they wasn't into that. They were looking for used records and, south of 10 euro. So obviously I didn't have that. So I didn't sell well at all. But it was worth it because, just hanging out with like-minded people, also getting to know even more sellers out there. It was, awesome for that sake. But it's a lot of work to get prepared for one of those fairs, obviously. And I could as easily go just by myself, look for records for myself, and talk with the guys there. So with this the Växjö fair, it's a small fair. I think there was like maybe 19, 20 more sellers than me. And I got there a little bit late, so I didn't have time to dig the first, the first hour. Maybe in half an hour I went through some records, but then they, the people came in. A lot of people, I have to say. And due to the fact that this time I had a lot more used records, and I priced records, like I sat every night for a week just pricing records. These are the records that I had with me. These are the leftovers. And it was like, insane before. And we went there 1.5 hour drive, throwing them up. And I didn't sell a record, I think, for the first hour. So it was a total like bum. But then 2 Polish guys came. They have a shop in Poland, and they also sell on eBay. And due to the fact that I priced all my records through Tradera, so I put the Tradera price that they go for here in Sweden, which sometimes is half the median price on Discogs. So I had really good prices. I was really hoping to sell a lot because they were cheap, or they still are. They still are cheap compared to Discogs prices. So they just went bananas, and they ended up buying records for 3,000 Swedish crowns. After they haggled it down a little bit. So I was thrilled about that. Another guy came. He bought Gershon reissues for about like 2,000 Swedish crowns. So that was also great. And I sold maybe, I don't know, maybe 3, 4, 5 more like piles of records, something like that. So financially, it was okay. But with the work that I put in, it wasn't. So I could as easily have sold everything on Tradera, the Swedish eBay platform. They take 10%, but I mean, with all the work, driving there, putting up the money for the tables, it's not financially worth it. But I found some stuff for my own collection So, and I'm going to show them to the best ones at least. So when they are coming up in a recent finals, but this is a teaser. All sorts. So I thought that was kind of cool. But again, maybe, and I think that I did some really good bargains on these records, and I think that maybe I should go to more fairs, but not selling, just buying stuff. I think that I can buy good stuff for the shop even at those fairs, because if you put down a lot of money, you can haggle down the price pretty good. And then many of them aren't there, that are there are just there once a year or twice a year to sell stuff from their own collection, so they aren't selling online. And you know, so they have ordinary prices, but they don't want to leave with as many records that they came there with. So if I'm putting up like 5,000 Swedish crowns for, you know, records that is worth 6.5, you know, you can probably count on them letting them go, you know. So you can haggle down the prices if you find anything good. So I think I'm gonna do that tactic in 2025. Yeah, because going to fairs is pretty cool. So I think that I'm going to go to fairs but not sell on fairs. And obviously I'm going to Holland also. It's set. Me and my buddy, we are, at least me and a buddy that went now, are going in April. Let's see if anyone else hooks up. Shit, a lot of talking. So yeah, awesome. Thank you, Jonas. Yes, it was good. Yeah. Did I see any big rarities in Växjö? No, I didn't. I think that the biggest rarity, one guy had a Juniper Green, the second with white cover. He had that for 5,000 Swedish crowns, and that was the seller that I bought these records that I'm going to show you. That was probably the most rare record and most expensive record in the sort of the fair. I'm thinking like there were a lot of metal sellers. Feels like metal is selling like hotcakes right now, or has always done maybe, but no like super rare items. I think I saw like 5 November records. The first November record spanning from 800 Swedish crowns up to 1,200 Swedish crowns, something like that, in pretty good condition. So a lot of standard stuff. So except for these that I got, nothing really. There were 2 sellers that I could have blown a lot of more money if I had, or if I could. But I'm pretty glad with the ones that I got. So yeah, I'm going back to the first question here. Any seasonal vinyl you are spinning? No, I'm not big into to Christmas music, to be honest. Like, I don't really enjoy it. My wife really enjoys it. She loves Christmas music, so she streams. We have several like Bluetooth speakers around the house, so she streams a lot of Christmas music, and I let her, because I'm playing music the other 11 months a year. So, you know, December is her month to really play her music. But with that being said, I have like the Bob Dylan Christmas album. I think that is cool. Weeping Willows is a Swedish group also that I think I have 3 Christmas albums with them. I think that they are great, really, really good. I don't think they cover any traditional Christmas tunes. They have done their own, and they really hold up. It has to be one of the most hard things to do, a Christmas song that gets a lot of spins, you know. And if you do that, if you get a lot of streams and a lot of spins and sales on one Christmas song, man, you are set for life. I think that Weeping Willows in this case does more money on their Christmas tunes than on their pop songs, but that's just me guessing. So yeah, no, unfortunately not. Just throw in your questions. Anything flies, I promise. let's see here. Moving on. This is okay. So inner sleeves. I'm going to talk about the inner sleeves. This is typical sort of. This is typical shop talk. I use these. These are my favorite inner sleeves in the world. I buy them from the company, straight from the company. This is made for vinyl, and it's sort of like a MoFi sleeve, but much thicker. And I like that. They don't crease inside the cover artwork, and much thicker, not that as flimsy. So these are the ones that I use, and I also sell in my shop. Now they've had a problem, I guess, because they can't deliver these anymore, and they said that maybe beginning of next year they get another batch in. So something has happened. Until then, I'm actually I have ordered the almost the exact same, a little bit thinner, I think, a little bit thinner, but way more thicker than a MoFi sleeve. I have ordered from Protected and I order all my sleeves from them, ordinary sleeves, gatefold sleeves, and so forth. So the only difference is that it says Protected instead of made by vinyl. These are nicer, and I think that these are more good looking also. But yeah, beggars can't be choosers, right? And I need these for my shop, my personal collection. So I ordered the Protected ones. I have them here in stock, so I'm sending them out to the people that buys my inner sleeves right now. But what I want to talk about is that I actually got a hold of a Chinese company that makes sleeves, and I've been talking with them for months now. It started off with me sending a sort of a sketch for a gatefold sleeve. Because I love gatefold sleeves. I think that a gatefold sleeve makes the art, the cover artwork so much nicer. But the problem with the gatefold sleeves are that all gatefolds are pretty much different. And with an ordinary sleeve that you put down like this, it doesn't matter really if it's a little bit smaller and stuff like that. It's still pretty nice and tucked into the sleeve. But with gatefold sleeves, like this is perfect, looks awesome, but you often get a lot of air here, and when you slide it into the shelf, it just looks ugly and it's hard to handle. This is really a first world problem, isn't it? But it's a little bit irritating. So I've asked a lot of distributors of gatefold sleeves if any have done resealable openings, because if you have a resealable opening on both with the glue strip here, it doesn't matter how small the gatefold is, you tuck it nice and tight yourself. So it doesn't matter if it's a thick Stoughton jacket or if it's a flimsy Dutch press, you will get this nice sort of snag feel to it. And they can actually manufacture them, but I have to order 50,000 sleeves for them to make them. And it's a bit of an investment and I don't think that I need 50,000 for myself. So I have to sort of do the math of, can I sell like thousands of resealable gatefold sleeves? I don't know. They are sending a prototype for me to check out. So before we do anything, I need to check the quality and stuff like that. So that is almost on its way. Hopefully I get that sort of beginning of next year, but it would be kind of cool. I don't think that anyone has ever made it. I haven't seen it. I've asked around, and I think that is the solution for really nice, tucked in gatefolds in any size or shape. And while I was talking with them, they said that they are making these sturdier inner sleeves also. So my guess is actually that both made for vinyl and Protected are actually ordering their stuff from them. So I can get this, but with Sublime Media if I want. Also 50,000 as a minimum. So again, a pretty good investment. But I'm like, my inner sleeves is one of the articles or the products in my shop that I sell most of. So if I can get the price down on those, and also have the opportunity to spread my brand, maybe it's worth it. I don't know. With my logo and stuff. So yeah, that's some sort of shop news regarding inner sleeves. Yeah, nerdy. Okay, let's see here. A lot of questions. I love this. Keep throwing in questions. This is this interaction. I love this. Let's see here. Ragged Trouser Vanis. I the Obicus Vincent Guaraldi Trio LP. Yeah, have Nat King Cole on CD. That Vincent Guaraldi Trio I actually had and sold because I didn't play it the other months, and it's an awesome jazz record. So maybe I shouldn't sell it, but yeah. Big Fudge Premium inner sleeves are really nice as well. I'll check that out. Yeah, send me a link, Tobbe, and I'll check them out. I mean, it feels like a pretty, like, in one way, a pretty bad thing to do, to invest in your own sleeves, both inner and outer sleeves, because if you are a collector, often I think you have found something that works for you and you go with that. You don't change a lot. It has to, you want everything to look nice in your shelf. You can't just exchange anything. So maybe it's for the sort of newbies coming into this, or people starting up their collections again and starting to look for inner sleeves. I don't know. It's a little bit of a gamble, and I don't know if I'll do it, but I have the opportunity, so I want to discuss it anyway. Mayfair has now also inners for 7-inch singles. Yes, I know. I've ordered 300. So cool. So I'm gonna re-sleeve all my singles. That's awesome. Shit, I should do that. I have a lot of singles that just that doesn't have inner sleeves at all. Or a lot. I have one crate with 7 inches. You have tons of 7 inches. So yeah, cool. I'm gonna try one of those packs out, definitely, and throw them up in my shop because I buy them straight from there. So, and I have the same prices as they have too. Did you get the Dr. John Gregory? Think it sounded awesome? Yes, I do. I got the 75th anniversary Dr. John Gregory that Analog Productions are producing. Is that the right? Yeah. Anyway, I love the series. I don't think that they have done anything wrong. It's 100% quality all the way. But I haven't played it because I haven't had time. It's just, it sucks. I shit you not. I think I have 400 records that I have cleaned and put in the part of my shelf where I'm going to play a record before I put it in a box to do a recent vinyl finds, and then it goes into my collection. And I think I have like 400 records, and I think I have around 50 or 60 records that is just waiting to be cleaned. And I'm stupid, I keep on buying records. So with the shop now, the last 2-3 months, it's I get very little time to actually play music, and I think that's the downside of having the business, I guess. But anyway, they aren't going anywhere, so I think that I'm going to play them when I get the time. Anyway, so I'm really looking forward to that. Awesome that you've heard it and that it sounds good. It's always like buying a premium product for that money. I'm always a little bit sort of hesitant, like the Lamb Lies Down on Broadway that they did, the 75th anniversary. I mean, 4 discs. Anything can go wrong with those 4 discs. I mean, a slight warp or non-fill or anything like that, and you have to send it back, and it's just a hassle, but they do everything right. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. And maybe, like, Okay, so I'll continue this discussion just because I feel like it. This is, I mean, I'm off 1 day a week from my regular job to focus on records, and I go around buying collections. Now it's been a while since I like a few weeks since I bought my last one, but I think that I had like 1,000, 1,200 records here on my floor of just stuff, and I still have like hundreds of records that is going to get priced or going out on Tradera, the eBay and stuff like that. But with 1 day off, I don't feel like I need to really sell that much to get the same financial, stability as if I worked 100% on my regular job. So when I get the opportunity to keep something for myself that is just like awesome, I do. So I clean it and I put it in my shelf. And now 1.5 years later, doing the business, looking for collections, I get more records to play and put in my collection than I can manage to actually play. So I've been thinking of this a lot, because how does everyone else do? I mean, they get, I guess, flooded with collections in awesome records, rare ones and core records, first pressing, stuff like that. And I watch Dylan all the time, Noble Records. And I think that you get to a point where if you need to live off selling records, I guess that you have to let a lot of stuff go. But I'm not in that position. I don't need to let the awesome stuff go that I want to keep for myself. So maybe if I worked half-time, let's say that, like if I worked half-time, then I would be obligated to actually get the coin to live off of this business. So it's still sort of a semi-hobby thing for me, I guess. But yeah, maybe half year from now, something like that, and I'm drowning in just awesome records. Maybe I have to purge even stuff that I haven't had time to listen to and put out in my shop or on Swedish eBay or Discogs or whatever, maybe. So yeah, but it's a nice, I think it's a nice sort of discussion, really, how the business side of things, how you have to think to really to do, both get the coin and the good stuff. And I think that Dylan, I know he talked in his latest video about swapping records. Like, he has a huge record collection, and when he gets sort of classic stuff and promos, he exchanged them for his copy in his collection, keeps the good one, and sell the other one. And so, and I'm doing a little bit like that also. So like with the Cream record there, that's my 70s copy, minty fresh, awesome. But I found a minty fresh first English stereo press, so that goes out for sale, and the other one goes into my collection, and it's in my shelf where I have to play it. So that's what part of this 400 records. No, thank you so much. Okay, so moving on to the next sort of topic I want to talk about. Showing records. That's why we're here. Okay, so Hourglass. This is going out to the shop. I bought this for myself, but I didn't really like it. It's too polished for me. It's still a dirty record, but it's and I thought that I would feel like it was more psychedelic. It's not. It's more standard southern rock. So Hourglass is the band before Allman Brothers. So this is Dwayne and Greg and Dwayne Allman playing on this one and singing. And the voice is perfect, but they don't get the opportunity to really, go full Dwayne guitar, if you know what I mean. Like, yeah. And this was also a swap. I bought the acoustic sounds version of this, and I bought this in Copenhagen, actually. Great 70s, sounds good. It's on the Rainbow MCA label. had a nasty sticker that I removed. You can see the traces of it there, but other than that, it's in great condition. So I'm gonna sell that one. Everyone needs Mingus. Let's see here. Shop. Yeah, a lot of. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Shut up. This is one I have in my shop also. I had no idea about this. This is something that I would never, play front 242, but it's a bootleg from a concert in Stockholm. So in Sweden, 1987. I thought that was kind of cool. Cool that someone bought this back in the day. Maybe they went to a concert, something like that. I don't know. And it's a bootleg that actually is up on Discogs. So I have this for sale on Discogs. No one has bought it up till now. It feels like Discogs, sometimes they just like right away take away bootlegs and unofficials and stuff like that. And sometimes they just ignore them. Maybe it's people reporting it. I don't know. This was in a collection. Don't know if I show this, but a really nice copy of Sir Lord Baltimore, first press of this. Also nice to have. I mean, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, I would never think that I could find this in a collection, and nowadays it's even rarer, I think, to see. Okay, so this is kind of cool. This was one. I have a pretty good bunch of first press Alice Cooper stuff that I found in 2 collections actually. And I thought of like, it's a cool collector's piece, but I don't like the music. So this is actually a really nice copy of $1 Billion Babies with the I don't remember the bill intact, and also even more rare is these the cards. Shit, I can't speak today. I'm sorry, but so it's super intact. It's in great condition, and I thought like as a collector's piece, maybe I'll keep it, but I don't really enjoy the music, so I'm letting that go. It's kind of cool collector's piece, I thought. And this also, I've shown this before. I showed it in a recent find. This is from my own collection. I put it out for sale because I don't never play it, but it's kind of cool. It's a French prog record, a little bit too polished maybe for some, but it's a cool one on Buck Records. The reason I'm showing that is because I think the guitar player was in another band before this, and I just discovered that band. Let's see. Let's see if I can find that. Discogs. Maybe some of you knows it. Maybe you have it. Maybe you can sell it to me. Let's find out. It's called A Nice Way of Life with Cruciferius. Let's see if I can I share. Can you see? Okay. Anyway, fuck it. So yeah, I just discovered that record. It's a French record from 1970. It's labeled as a jazz, funk, psychedelic, prog, rock, rhythm and blues, hard rock record, and that's exactly what it is. It's just insane. Such a good record, and it's also a cool cover because it's die cut on the original press. So if you have it or if you know it, please write it in the comments. And if you have it for sale, hook me up. So that's why I want to show that. This is also Jonas, one of Stockholm. You know about this. I'm pretty sure you know about this. I don't think I've shown it. And I have thought about doing a Acid Archives themed video about this, because I don't think that anyone has grabbed it. But this is the International Submarine Band, known mainly because this is Graham Parsons' first band and project that he was in, but also because it's on LHI Records, which is the Lee Hazelwood record company, and they put out some really nice records. I try to sort of collect it when I find it, but some of them are super expensive. I found this in Hova this summer. Awesome find, and I was just blown away because it was a white label promo, and the price was really nice too. So I was just like, shit, this is going home with me. But when I got home and did sort of the research for this, it turns out that this is sort of a famous pirate pressed record from back in the day. So I think in the 70s they repressed this pirate and put a promo label on it to try to get good money off of it. So these are in circulation. So if you have one of these, check it out. See if you have the pirate press. I think that the only promos that LHI did was colored labels, not white label promos. But I might be mistaken. So I mean, an early pirate press of a fairly obscure record from a pretty small label. I think that's kind of cool in itself, but I was a little bit bummed that it wasn't a legit sort of. So I put I'm selling it in shop, and if anyone walks in here buys it, I'm going to tell them the story, because I feel it's I'm obligated to do it, but also like I think that the story also adds a little bit to the actual record. Let's see here. There is a boot with black and white labels. Exactly. Yeah. So the boot is still rare, and Idea for Living in Stockholm has one for 800. I think I have 400 on it, so the half price today. Get it. No, I'm looking for an original. I have this on reissue, and I thought like maybe I'll buy the reissue for myself to play and put this out on sale. So that was my sort of my mindset, putting this in shop. So I don't know. It's in shop. Let's see what happens. And for all you international viewers out there, made in Sweden, Snakes in a Hole, they're my favorite by them. Can't show titties. This is, I had a customer here, and he bought like 3 records, something like that, for like a total of 200 Swedish crowns, something like that. His friend that also was here is a huge Italian pro collector. He started to buy them in the 70s and 80s in Italy, where he comes from. So he have original pressings of all the nice sort of stuff, and he had an entire bag with him just to show me the original pressings. So I took pictures of everyone. I'm just holding them in my hand. I get goosebumps just talking about it. And maybe we'll find a way for me to get a couple to my own collection. Anyway, this other guy, his friend, he was a personal friend with Artie Striver, who did the cover artwork for this and others. And the reason we started to talk about it is because I had a rare Swedish jazz record called Oj 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 with Börje Fredriksson that I had in shop. That is, every other song is Börje Fredriksson, the rest is just so. And I've got it pretty cheaply, so I put it out in shop. He really wanted it because it was one of the Artie Striver stuff that he didn't have. He tries to collect them because Artie passed away 3 years ago, and it's like a memory of his friend. So they hang out a lot. And so obviously he had this. He said that like a anecdote. This girl here was working at the post office, I think, where Artie Striver was sending his post, and he just went up to her and said, "I'm doing a cover for Made in Sweden. Do you want to be on it?" And yeah, she did. So it's actually like a girl working at a post office. I think that was it, the story. Maybe I'm confused. Okay, anyway, so I ended up actually giving the Oj 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 record to him in exchange for the 7-inch single that Artist Driver did. The only sort of musical piece I think that he maybe he did one with Lasse Åberg. Anyway, and that 7-inch with original artwork in the same vein as this is awesome. Really, really cool. Super hard to get. So we just swapped them. I sent the record with him. I said, I'll go down in the south of Sweden and get the single. And both of them are signed by Audi also. So that's kind of cool. It's going to be a cool piece to add to my collection. Yeah, some new stuff in shop. Got a copy of Jackie McLean's Demon Dance. It was in a campaign right now on Universal, so I got that and Karma for the shop, the best in sound quality. I actually found a copy. I did the last copy. This is number 50 of Outsiders. This is the absolute last copy that is out there, and I thought I was sold out. So on my page it says sold out, but I found this in my listening room because I wanted to take a picture of it for some reason. And so I had it down there, and then I thought I had sold it. So I put it out of stock on my page and found it. So this is actually the absolute last copy that is going to be sold. I did a review for Elemental Music of the new reissue of Ronald Kirk's, let's see here, Ronald Kirk's on Limelight. It's not anyway, and I'm keeping that, selling my other copy. Yeah, that's it with new stuff. Okay, so let's go into a little bit more on rarer realms. This is a pretty new find. I'm going to talk about this and show this in a recent find. So let's just say that this is a preview, and I'm also putting this up on Instagram, so I'm going to shoot some photos, stuff like that. But Låkulla, one that I wanted for a while, got it for a great price, so I actually bought it. It's in really, really good condition. I've never seen this in this condition, and some people have talked that down. I think that it's almost a perfect record. It's awesome, very proggy, and on Annette, which is a cool cover or a label. Okay, so I'm going to show you 4 records from the Växjö fair that I found. The first one is this one. A guy was sitting there. He was like 90 years old. He only sold Elvis records and Waylon Jennings, stuff like that, a lot of rockabilly. And in the crate, I found this, In Texas Last December, songs by Richard Dobson. And the line notes are written by Townes Van Sant, where he's quoted to say that the best songwriters in the world is blah, 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 and Richard Dobson. And I got this for 50 Swedish crowns, so €4, which I think is a steal for this, in perfect condition. Plays so damn cool, and I'm going to I haven't even cleaned it yet. So I mean, you can obviously do awesome finds on fairs still, I guess. This is a private pressed country record, his debut at least. So I don't know if it's private press. I don't think that Buttermilk was a big label, but he released some records. This is the first one he released. Really good, in the same vein as Townes Van Sant, in my opinion. Sounds great. It's really, really cool. Okay, so by this seller that had the most interesting stuff, I bought 3 records, bundled them up, got it for a great price. I had to pay, but I think I paid like 800 Swedish crowns each. So that's like €70 each. I thought that was a pretty good price for these. This is LA Pop on Mainstream, one that I'm actually not that familiar with, but for that price and a Mainstream in great condition. I've seen this obviously, but maybe I've sampled it, so I sort of took a chance on it. I know that for that price I can sell it if I don't like it, but I'm pretty sure I will love that. Before continuing, let's just throw sort of a look at the questions. I love the Blue Killer record. Yes, very nice guitar work. I agree, totally agree. I think that's it ticks off everything from a collecting standpoint. It's on a small like Swedish dansband record label. They only released 2 records that is good. I have them both. The rest is just shite. And it's like heavy rock, maybe you can label it as. I don't want to say heavy psych, heavy rock, early heavy rock. Really good, like lyrics and musicianship, so forth. So I feel like it's a cool one. Okay, so the next one also I need to re-sleeve this. It's an old sleeve and clean it and stuff like that. But I played it. Plays perfect. I think that he bought these back in the day. This is Wigwam's Being, a first press on Love Records. Really nice. In the middle of it, you have a booklet in English, but this also came with, so you want the Finnish booklet, so you can sing along with the tracks in Finnish. And there's the label there. So this is a Wigwam record that I actually enjoy and wanted for my collection. I've been looking for that for years and years. So that was kind of cool. And for like €70, I think that's a steal. And last but definitely not least, when it comes to the really good records that I found, this was shit. It's I'm not going to say mint, but it's in mint condition. This is England Garden Shed. Such a great record, not only music wise and musicianship wise, but also recording quality. The audio quality on this is probably the best I've heard any sort of symphonic prog record. It's insane, so damn good. So a first press in sort of new condition for €70. I thought that was a pretty good deal, especially in that condition. So glad to add that to the collection, and it sounds amazing. It's the drummer. I tried to see what the drummer had done after this, because it's some of the best drums I've ever heard on a record, and he was just like didn't do much afterwards. Strange. Yeah, and last but not least, I'm going to throw up. I'm going to put up a review of this one. Anna Maria Nordström, Mood. This is a Swedish jazz record. She's a jazz vocalist, really good. She sent me this to review. I have 2 copies in my shop that you can buy also if you enjoy the music, but it's also on her page and other. So I'm selling this on commission, I think it's called. But it's cool. So I'm going to do a review. Stay tuned for that. Yeah, I think that's it for today. I'm going to wrap this up. So if you have any more questions or topics, throw them at me right now. Otherwise, I'm going to leave you for keep on enjoying the Friday. I'm going to town now. Have some errands to run. But yeah, and also leave a comment on what you think that these Friday talks should be called, because I want it to be shop talk. Like I want to talk shop. I'm trying to do this as an opportunity to actually bring out the news, like of the day or the week, or the month or whatever. So pretty like right now kind of things, where the other videos that I do is more like forever kind of topics. You can watch them now or in 5 years and it doesn't matter. But this is pretty much like what I'm thinking of and what I have for sale right now and stuff like that. So yeah, I think that's it. Thank you so much for watching. 13. I mean, Woohoo! That's awesome, and so cool that you were more active today on in regarding the questions and stuff like that. I feel a little bit alone here, just talking to a screen, so it really helps to get some pointers. Thank you too. Awesome that you tuned in and watch. Yeah, see you, Tobe. I probably talk more today, talking a bit. So yeah, have a great day, everyone. Bye.